Alright, here on the border with Vietnam and China. This side is China here. That's Vietnam over there. That's the Hong He, or the Red River. And this is, yeah. And this is the China side, obviously. And just going to show you, it's a very nice sunny day. Just going to show you what it's like on this side. There are quite a few hotels along this street. I saw one last night. Actually, it was like less than $20 and has a view. It's like, it's not. I think these are apartments, but it's down a bit. But this could be it. No, that's not it. They had a nice view of the river. So for about $20, you can have a really nice hotel here, looking at Vietnam. Like really nice. Like probably in the West, it would be about at least $100 or $150. Like flat screen TV and like just really nice. So just gonna shoot some video along here. A lot of Chinese, they'll come out and do exercises. I was here last night running, and there's a lot of people out here dancing and doing stuff, so that's quite common in China. Quite nice down here. Hear the birds chirping. Today's Sunday, so people pretty much work every day in China. I don't think that the banks close. The post office might close. I don't think so though. But generally speaking, things slow down on the weekend. These are some apartments over there that they're building. So the train up to Kunming is about 4 hours, so who knows, maybe they'll build a faster one eventually. I think that's already pretty fast, but some people they will live, like their family will be in Kunming and they'll work here. It's very, very common for Chinese couples to live apart. Like a man and a woman could live in two totally different cities in China. It'd be like Washington, D.C. and L.A. And then their child is being raised in Minneapolis. So that's just how they do it. So when I hear about families in the U.S. like, oh, somebody has to decide between living in, it's just different with the families here. They will live separately. Actually, those apartments are pretty nice, and a lot of Vietnamese, they come here to work, and they'll live here. Maybe go back on the weekends, or like a lot of the restaurants here, in the bars, the workers the staff will be Vietnamese, because they probably pay them $1 an hour. As to Chinese, they have to pay $1.75, something along those lines. Or maybe they pay them like 10 RMB an hour, which is like $1.60, which is basically minimum wage. Maybe the Chinese don't want to do that work, and maybe the Vietnamese will stay longer, because in Vietnam maybe you can only earn about $1 an hour, for example, just like normal labor. I don't quote me on those stats, but it's something around that. So that's quite interesting, this border town. Got a bee over here. Lots of wildlife over here. That's a nice place up there with the trees, with the plants. I'm going to walk down to the central area, go to the supermarket and buy a few things. There's obviously things here that you can't get in Vietnam. Just little things that I like tea related things, or just small things that are just a little bit better here, or you can't get them in Vietnam. China's pretty good about, you can buy things from all over the country in one city, so especially these days with Taobao. Wow, it's quite nice over there. This is actually the hotel that I was talking about. It's above the China Post. The rooms are really nice, actually. I was talking with the owner last night. The owner lives here, but her daughter lives in Kunming, which is 5 hours away. Probably with her parents, or maybe her husband, I don't know. There's the China Post Office. If you want to stay in a nice hotel, it's above the China Post, next to the river. It's 20 bucks a night. Nice view, very nice view. I know it's probably a bit shaky. You gotta get one of those gimbals. It's a beautiful day. It's amazing. It's amazing. So that's the Vietnam side. So they got a hotel over there. The Red River. I assume it's because of the river is dirty, so it's reddish clay. I'm colorblind, so. But I know it's not quite red. Must be a reason why it's called the Red River. We got a guy down there, he probably shouldn't be there fishing. Probably figures there'll be some good fish down there. Lots of bars and restaurants along the way here. Palm trees in China. China is very diverse. You will see that if you come here. Palm trees. The Royal Hotel on the Vietnam side. Lao Cai Royal Hotel. So, it's gonna be a long one. When I first came here, I was quite impressed. It's definitely nicer here than Lao Cai or Hanoi. Just little things. It's just a little bit. I mean, obviously, the Vietnam War. The Vietnamese were fighting the Chinese up here, like literally here, in '79, and so the Chinese are way more. It's like people are not going to hear that, but it's like Japan and Korea. It's just you just look at the history. It's just Japan and the war and everything. They're just like 10, 20 years ahead of Korea. Korea's like 20 years ahead of China. Maybe China's like 10 years ahead of Vietnam. I don't know. This is generalizations, but just things like the sidewalks here are a little bit better. Not always, but you know, Vietnam will come along. But it is beautiful up here. People exercising. These people have more free time and In the more affluent areas, obviously in Vietnam, they'll be doing that too. I'm just talking about Hanoi too. So here we have a ethnic minority lady. You usually tell them by their clothes. And it's pretty cool here. I didn't see this before, but they write, I think this is the E language. I mean, look at that, that's amazing. And I don't know, this is another language. So they're definitely showing that they care about, respect their minority groups. Wow, look at that one. So, and also it's different here in China. 91% of the people are Han Chinese, but as far as I understand, generally speaking, except for certain groups like the Muslim Uyghurs in the West, because they used to be, hopefully that guy's okay. They used to be their own country, right? And Tibet issue too. Besides those groups, generally, I think people, the rest of them at least, live pretty harmoniously. It's not like in the West, people often will say it's like, oh, I'm a minority and I'm oppressed or something like that. And maybe that's true. I don't know. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's better. You know, some minorities in the US, if you're Asian, they'll probably more likely give you a loan than to a white person, right? I would, just because I understand the culture, generally speaking. All generalizations, but the point is that here they don't. It's not like, oh, you're a minority, that's sad or something like that. It's just like, oh, okay. They're proud, but not in a bad way. And they're not like, oh, you're this, and at least amongst the two groups I told you before, the Tibetans and the Muslim Uyghurs. I'm not saying that there's not discrimination and stuff like that, but generally speaking, like the people here, like the kids that I've seen and the people, they don't, there's no real, it's not a big deal basically. I guess that because they grew up like that, so they're all integrated. And whatever they teach them at the school too, there's like Chinese songs that say like, we have 90, I forget the number, I think it's 88, 91 flowers, 91 minority groups, whatever, 90 ethnic groups. Stuff like that, trying to be harmonious. Alright, so I'm going to walk up this way, go to the store and buy a few things. Kind of one of the main kind of square areas too. Alright. I'm out of here. Moral model, elegant demeanor. I'm not sure what that's about, but this type of stuff is often in China. Okay, peace out.